All right, what is good? What is happening, everybody? It's your boy Primitive AK here, back with another video. We are here now with our Titan, showcasing you guys the two or three top builds that I will be using for a Titan on a day one raid. These are pretty well optimized for high level content, and I'll be going through the mods and also any type of subclass mods that you guys need to be using for day one raids here. So let's get right into it. The most and obvious choice here for our Titan is going to be the Arc build. The Hoyle build is what people like to call it, because you're using Helm of Most Light. But the primary goal of this build is ad clear and big boy boss damage. So we'll talk about that a little bit. Obviously, Thunder Crash is going to be the go-to. Thruster to just kind of have this on for ability spam. We have Strafe Lift. Thunderclap, which isn't really needed. You're not really going to be using this too often. A matter of fact, I might even swap this out for like Seismic Strike. But like I said, it's really, the choice is yours here. Pulse Grenade, obviously. We got Knockout. This is just too good to not use. Touch of Thunder, also too good to not use. There's really no reason to use anything else. Juggernaut is just a pointless. Don't fucking use it. Unless you're just a PvP rat. We have Spark of Amplitude, Spark of Magnitude, Resistance, and Shock. This is very important. You need Shock here for the jolting targets. For our build overall, the exotic, we'll talk about the exotic first. We got Helm of Inmost Light, or Heart of Inmost Light. I said Helm, my god. This is basically, this got nerfed, but this is still like one of the go-to setups for Titan. Basically, using any ability is going to overcharge your other two abilities that are not empowered. So let's say all of your abilities are down, but your grenade is up. You throw a grenade, your other two abilities, your class ability and melee ability, are going to charge slightly faster for about like 5 or 6 seconds. And Ionic Traces are going to help boost that up a little bit. So that's basically what that does. Like I said, this is similar to the Warlock build. This is like a Titan version of the Warlock build with the ability spam. You use one ability, it charges the other ones. You use those two abilities, and it charges the first one. Like I said, it's a cycle. So we got charged up here as our mod, Solar Resistance, and also Harmonic Resistance for the arc resistance as well. Gauntlets, we're going to be using Grenade Kickstart and Firepower. I tried to fit in Bolstering Detonation. Unfortunately, I could not. If you're able to fit it in with this mod not taking up the space, then by all means go ahead. Otherwise, it's not 100% needed. We got Asset to Assets with a heavy ammo mod. Unfortunately, no room for Scout. Like I said, if this is not taking up your space, you can throw in heavy ammo Scout here. But otherwise, you can get away with not using it. Boots are going to be Recuperation. I love this mod. I can't go without it. Elemental Charge. It's going to improve your Ionic Traces. And Stacks on Stacks as well. Very important here. For our class item, we got an Artifice mod for the extra recovery. Powerful Attraction. Very useful when using the thrusters. Reaper mod. You're pretty much guaranteed an orb every time you spam that thruster ability. And also Bomber to go with it as well. But that's about it. Like I said, there's really not too much to this. Oh, I almost forgot. If we're in the middle of like a damage phase, usually what I'll do is, like, let's say you're standing in a well, you're shooting a boss on day one, and you need to pop your Thunder Crash on a boss. This is why I said this is boss damage. Usually what I do is I would have Falling Star like on the side here. So I would have it like in this slot. Let me actually see if I can move it there real quick. So you see, let's say you're shooting the boss, right? You got your Izanagi rocket out. You need to pop your super. Takes 2 seconds. Boom. Swap. Curious. Pop your super. Hit F. Boom. And as soon as you get out, switch back. And then boom. Done. So that's just a hot swap tactic that I do on day one. Like I said, you would only use this when you're popping your super. You know, just tap F1. Swap. Boom. Pop your super. It's that easy. That's exactly what the Falling Star is for. You use this only for boss damage. And then as soon as you get back to clear ads, you switch back to this. So that's what that's for, and that's what this loadout's for. This is primarily going to be the one I'm going to be using for day one if I play Titan. If not, you know, no worries, because I am doing the day one raid more than once. I'll probably do it once with the team and then start running it with other people. So that's what that's for. The next build is... where is my next build, actually? The next build is my solar build. This is the Bonk Titan build. There's not much to this one. You guys kind of know how this one works already. So we'll talk a little bit about how this works. Essentially, you throw this hammer ability. Actually, this should be a healing grenade. I gotta change that. You need your throwing hammer on, roaring flames, Soul Invictus, Ember of Torches, Ember of Ashes, Ember of Shar, and Ember of Searing. That's what we're going to be using for our fragments. The goal of this build is primarily ad clear and also big boy boss damage. So you probably have something on like a tractor cannon. Depending on the boss, you're probably not going to be using something like this. Like I said, this is primarily meant for staying alive and also doing like big boy ad damage or boss damage. Like if you're fighting somebody like the boss from the dungeon, right? I think his name is like Ektar or something like that. This will be perfect for that. But we don't live in a perfect world, and you know, day one bosses hurt. You're gonna be getting one shot a lot, so I'd probably avoid doing that. You could probably go into like tractor the boss and then get out or something like that. But Synthesaps, this is primarily used for just dealing damage to enemies within the area. So you could probably even use this with something like an Aeon Soul build. So you could just probably not use Synthesaps and use something like Aeon Soul if you're trying to just clear ads and you need to go up and close and personal. That's what this would be used for. But regardless, Synthoceps is still very strong. Your hammer's going to be hitting for like 150k if you use this correctly. We have Momentum Transfer for the mods here. Focusing Strike. And you could probably double stack like either two Focusing Strikes or just another Momentum Transfer. Choice is yours, of course. We got Kinetic I'm actually not sure why targeting mods are here. We'd probably use something like Heavy Ammo mods. That would probably be my go-to here. And then maybe a Solar Siphon mod. I think I had this on because I was playing Trial, so that's probably a mistake. I gotta actually fix that. We got Concussive Dampener. Lots of stuff's going to be shooting at you, so you're also going to be up close and personal, so melee damage resistance is pretty important here. Boots are going to be recuperation. I double stack these because, like I said, you're going to be up close and personal. You need to be staying alive here. And Innervation as well with the reduces grenade cooldown every time you pick up an ore. Very helpful. We got Time Dilation, 1-2 finisher. You don't really need this here. Finishers restore melee abilities. Like I said, you don't need this. I kind of threw this on as an experiment. If you really want to, I would probably just stick with the Reaper mod as your go-to. Just that way you can get your orb back. But like I said, this was actually kind of nice having this on. But you don't particularly need it there. I got Bomber once again. This is a no-brainer. And Time Dilation as well. For those that are curious, I don't actually have a Void build. I don't really use them often. I just don't really see a need for it. But, you know, if I do, it would be something similar to this. And then I would swap this out with just a Void build. Maybe swap this bottom mod for a recovery mod. But this last build I'm going to go over is the Strand build. This one's pretty nice. I'm undecided if I'm going to be using this on a day one raid if I need to play Titan. As far as I know, I'm going to be playing Hunter for day one, but I'm still kind of indecisive on this one. But I'll go over it because this is a very strong build. I haven't played around with it enough. I kind of just put this together like last night, and then I tried it out in a tier 3 event for the seasonal content, and it seems to be pretty freaking strong. So this is our Berserker class for Strand. It's going to be similar to our Arc build with the Heart of Inmost Light ability uptime, but this is built primarily around melee damage and Strand abilities. So we got Shackle Grenade for suspending targets. We've got Frenzied Blade. Basically, when it does like, you know, it's a melee ability. That's all you need to know. It does crazy damage. We got Strafe Lift and Towering Barricade. Fragments are going to be Threat of Warding. Woven Mail is very strong, so you need that. Threat of Fury. Threat of Generation. Dealing damage gets grenade energy, and also Threat of Continuity, which increases the duration of your nade. We have Flechette Storm. While you slide, it does like some crazy like strand storm on a target. It's kind of weird, but you know, for those that play the game, you kind of know what this is already. When you use this, it's gonna like rapidly charge your other abilities, so that's why I'm using this. Banner of War. The reason why I'm unsure if I'm going to be using this build is because this ability is very likely going to be disabled for day one. I don't see a world where this actually makes it to day one. But, you know, who knows? I could be wrong. But this ability is very, very strong. You could literally have the worst possible build on the face of the earth. As long as you have this ability on, this is just going to override everything. Basically, let me explain to you how this works. I'm not going to read the text because I'm just going to explain how it works. Every time you get a melee kill, a melee ability kill, or a sword kill, or just anything like that, has to be a melee kill of some sort. It's going to activate Banner of War. Now, there are 4 stacks of Banner of War. Each stack will increase the amount that you're getting heals. So there's going to be a pulsating thing around you. Kind of, it's like a moving well. It's a moving well that follows you around. Think of it like a well of radiance. It's just follow you around. You're at the first stack. It's going to pulsate once every like maybe 5 seconds, 6 seconds. Then you get to stack 2. It's going to start pulsating every like 3 or 4 seconds. And then you get to stack 4. It's going to start pulsating basically like every 2 or 3 seconds or so. And each pulse is giving you a stack of heals. So like I said, this is literally a free well following you around everywhere. And I will 100% be using this loadout for the first encounter if I ever played Titan. And like I said, ability uptime, this is going to be charging your ability, so that way you can continuously activate that melee ability we just talked about with the Flechette Storm. And the thing that makes this ability so overpowered and why I think it's going to be disabled, if your teammates get kills while they're standing in your Banner of War, it's gonna extend the timer. So I think the timer at 4 stacks goes up to a maximum of like 30 seconds. If your teammate gets a kill, it basically adds 1 second. So this can run out. And if it does run out, guess what? All you got to do, get a melee kill and it recharges it back again. That's how broken this thing is. So this is likely going to be disabled. But like I said, if it somehow magically makes the cut by Friday, this will be a very, very strong build to go with. And that's why I wanted to throw it in today's video. For our helmet, we got Strand, Kinetic Siphon, and Hands-On. Bolster, we have Impact Induction and Melee Kickstart. You pop that melee ability, it's going to basically recharge it a little bit. Heart of Inmost Light, once again, high ability uptime. I explained what this does. We got Charged Up and Arc Damage Resistance. Very, very useful here. Unfortunately, I can't stack another one. Stacks on stacks, Invigoration and Recuperation, very important there. You can swap out this for maybe a Surge Mod or Insulation if you want, but I feel like Invigoration is going to be more important here for the ability uptime. And also Powerful Attraction. This is going to basically auto-teleport any orbs directly to you when you pop your ability. And Reaper, get an orb as soon as you get a kill with after you pop your ability, so useful. And also Bomber to go with it as well. But like I said, guys, that's about it for my builds for day 1 raids. Hopefully this helps you guys out. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know in the comments box down below. More than willing to help you guys out. And yeah, I mean, if any of these builds help you out, come back to me after day 1 is over and let me know how the build treated you guys. But anyways, I'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you guys again for all the support. Like I mentioned, I'm primarily going to be using Hunter probably for day 1. But yeah, I'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you guys again. I'm out of here. Peace out.